What's going on YouTube? H-Dub here, and you know we playing Raid, and today we're going to be answering some questions that I have constantly been getting about a champion that I use a significant amount, and that is going to be Harima. Now, we had a 10x for Harima. A lot of people were going for, an extra copy of Harima or their first copy of Harima, and a lot of people want to know, hey, do I build it for support? Do I build it for damage? I just pulled my second one. Do I build two? Do I plus one? What should I do? What would you do? I would probably build two. I've been telling people to build two because at plus one, the increase in stats that you're going to get is not significant. At plus two, you really start to see a significant increase. And in this video, we're going to showcase, some testing we've done with, 0 Harimas, 1 Harima, 2 Harimas, just the impact that she has in a comp. So obviously we know, the A2 decreases defense, does a triple hit as well, can proc the A3 if she kills someone, A3 AoE, you guys know all of this. The passive does the damage mitigation from ignore defense effects, right? Decreases it down by 50%. So I've got a couple clips here. We'll take a look at some things and just analyze them and break them down. So here we have a video of a Duchess and a UDK going up against Hard Doom Tower, and this is floor 47, well, stage 47. And as you can see, Baron is going to hit, he's going to do some damage. Obviously, the stats of these champions isn't crazy on, hard, because they have pretty much base crit damage. It's nothing crazy, right? You can take a look at the stats here, right? The Barons on stage, 47, they do have 11,000 attack, but they still have a base crit rate of 15 and crit damage of 63. So nothing to call home about. 11k attack though is actually nuts. But as you can see here, he's hitting on Duchess. Duchess is doing some damage mitigation of her own from AoEs, but let's just ignore that for a moment. You also might be wondering why we have UDK in here. That is because if UDK was not in here, Baron would not use his AoE ability. Now, before I go any further, just want to give a huge shout out to my clanmate Split, who put all this together. He's the mind behind this, guys. I'm just here sharing the information with you because I was very interested as well. I do not have multiple copies of Harima, so I was not able to test this. But let's go ahead and take a look at the second video, which shows 1 Harima and the damage mitigation that we're getting from her passive. Obviously, Duchess's passive also, plays a part. And as you can see there, significantly less damage. So here we have Harima. Baron is going to go, and we get about 8.5k, right? 8.5k from that one. And then we'll take a look at a video with 2 Harimas, and we're looking at the damage on Duchess, right? So Baron's going to go 7.5. So out of 10 runs, using no Harima, using 1 Harima, and using 10 Harimas would be nuts. Using 2 Harimas, this is what the damage from Baron's Sky Piercer looks like, okay? So significant damage mitigation when you have 1, decent amount of damage mitigation when you have 2, and this is just to show that the passive does stack when you have multiple Harimas on the team. A lot of people had this question just because, it doesn't say that the passive only works when 1 champion is on the team. We do have some people whose passives will say something like, if more than one of this champion is on the same team, only one of the skills will count, or what have you. Something along the lines of that. So yes, the passive does stack. On to the next point. So if we look at her A2, right, we know that her A2 can decrease the target's defense by 5%, and this stacks up to 30%. So you can go ahead and hit them twice with this A2, and after you hit them twice with it, it's not going to, decrease their defense any further, right? You might be wondering, if I bring in multiple Harimas, can I decrease it up to 60%? The answer, in short, is no, you cannot. Another thing that you might also want to note is that if you do use this skill, the A2, the decreased defense on the A2 actually does not proc if you land a weak hit. So if you land a weak hit on the champion with the A2, it will not decrease the defense. Decreased defense from her A2 also does not stack. 2 Harimas can't decrease anyone's defense by more than 30%. Decreased defense from her A2 does not stack with the Cruelty blessing as well. Harima's A2 and Cruelty, they can work together to decrease a target's defense, but not beyond 30%. Only Cruelty can, decrease it further past that point, right? Decreased defense from the Cruelty blessing is also not going to proc on weak hits. So if you didn't know that, there it is. So if you did in fact pull a second Harima, I would encourage you to build one in support, one for damage. I prefer to have a damage one because I feel like she's a crazy damage dealer. She can do a ton for you in a damage build, but that is up to your own discretion and what is on your account. You can, do these things how you want, play the game how you want, try to have fun with it. But I do encourage you to at least have one support build if you're not going to do damage at all. Running 2 of them in a comp is beneficial, as you can see, for damage mitigation. And you should probably not +1 her until you get like maybe your 3rd copy, and then maybe you can, I don't know, +2, and then you just have like 1 OP copy of Harima. But that's going to be all for us today, guys. Thank you guys for your support as always. Hopefully this video was informative, answered some questions a lot of people have been asking. I'm sure more people have these same questions. But until next time, guys, thank you always. Be good and be well.